Yama Gabba Buliago. Good morning, everybody. My name is Clinton Schultz, along with my wife Lozen. I'm the founder of Sobah non-alcoholic craft beer and beverages. We are an Aboriginal-owned and managed business. We're Australia's first non-alcoholic craft beer business. We started up back in 2017. Basically, Sobah came about as part of my lived journey, really. I stopped drinking 6 years ago, and I quickly got frustrated with not being able to get a decent tasting non-alcoholic adult beverage. I've always liked craft beer, and I didn't want to feel like I couldn't drink a nice craft beer just because I was choosing not to drink alcohol. So I started messing around, tinkering around at home, developing some beers that I'd be happy to drink. So it's now 2020, so we're 3 years on, and 3 years on we've got three core beers in our range. We actually started with our lemon Aspen Pilsner. That was the very first thing that we had on tap in the food truck, and the others have evolved since. We actually also run a range of unique sort of seasonal and specialty beers sort of on rotation throughout the year. So we might get into it. So we'll start with the first beer that we actually made, which was our lemon Aspen Pilsner. I was always a fan of pale ales and pilsners when I was drinking, and they're the first type of beers that I started to mess around with to drink for myself. I chose lemon Aspen because it's a beautiful, fresh, tangy citrus that just goes really well with the crispness of a pils. That's an awesome beer. So, I mean, my favourite things about our lemon Aspen Pils is that little note of really fresh citrus that hits you after the beer has already sort of made its way around your mouth. And it's just a really refreshing way to finish a sip of beer. I generally enjoy the lemon Aspen Pilsner when I'm having fish or chicken for dinner. Goes really well with both poultry and fish. It's also a really good beer just to enjoy on a hot summer day. For people who aren't into really strong, overpowering kind of hops and bitterness and beer profiles, the lemon Aspen Pils is probably the one that's for you. So a lot of the time people ask us, why'd we do a Cerveza? You know, Cerveza is not something that you generally see in the craft world. We live on the Gold Coast. Half the Gold Coast drinks a very well-known Cerveza that I'm not going to name drop. So why wouldn't we do a Cerveza? So everybody loves a Cerveza with lime in it. So finger limes are an amazing product, amazing native. They're local here to the area that we live in southeast Queensland and the Northern Rivers area. So it was a perfect match. So I'll crack open our Cerveza and we'll have a look at it. So there you have it. She's a good clear Cerveza. It's a true Cerveza. We actually brew with maize. Well, that's what you want when you just finish your surf. Been running around in the yard playing with the kids. It's just a hot summer day, having a barbecue with your friends. That's your go-to beer. Okay, so we're moving on to our Pepperberry IPA. This is the third one in our core range. This was the last one that we developed in our core range. Why'd we go an IPA? It's craft world. Everybody seems to go IPAs, and I just love hops. I mean, if you really want to smash a beer with hops, you want to go an IPA. So we matched this IPA with pepperberries. So pepperberries are a native pepperberry from the Alps of Victoria and from Tasmania. We actually get our pepperberries from a large farm down in Tasmania. It gives it quite a unique little background spice that you just won't find in any other drink, really, any other beer. Cheers. A beautiful beer to have on a cold evening. after you get home from work and you're sitting down trying to enjoy watching the footy.